These ribbons hang on the fence of an Anglophone school in Chelsea, Quebec. They're green, the color of Islam, in support of Fatima Anvari, who lost her teaching job because she wears a hijab. About 100 parents and their children gathered to protest Quebec's secularism law.
They were mad. They didn't think it was fair. The school tries to teach them about diversity and inclusion, and so they didn't understand how this was in line with what they're being taught by their families and their school.
The law bars teachers from wearing religious signs in public schools. Parents question it.
All the people who haven't been hired, that's what I've been wondering. Who are all the young people that have had to change their careers or not gotten a job? There's a lot of them out there, I think.
Especially, too, in a province where we're dying for teachers. And there's such a need for qualified, educated, well-rounded teachers. To be turning people away because of this bill is really sad. Beautiful.
Fatima Anvari was reassigned to an administrative position. The incident reignited the secularism debate in Quebec.
When we adopt a law, we must enforce it. So the school board shouldn't have hired this person. I feel good with the decision we made, as have many other countries, the choice of secularism to say there is a separation and that people in positions of authority, they can't wear religious symbols. It's the choice we made in Quebec in a very democratic way.
But this provincial law, known as Bill 21, is dividing the entire country. Canada's Prime Minister reiterated his position, but says he won't intervene.
I deeply disagree with Bill 21. I don't find that in a free society, someone should lose their job because of their religion. That is our government's position, and as a party, we will continue to be on Quebecers' side, who are themselves shocked and disappointed that Fatima Anvari lost her job because of her religion.
A mayor in Ontario has taken his opposition to Bill 21 a step further by helping finance a legal challenge. 30 other cities across the country have joined in.
Religious freedom is in the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and that regardless of one's faith, everyone should be able to work towards equal opportunities.
Brown is trying to gather close to $2 million for several associations fighting Bill 21 in court, including the National Council of Canadian Muslims and the World Sikh Organization in Canada.
I believe one day we're going to look back at this chapter in Canadian history, and there'll be a lot of sorrow and apologies for the fact that people were prohibited from entering the profession of their choice based on their faith. My criticism of Bill 21 is not a criticism of Quebec, it's a criticism of a bad law.
According to a survey conducted by Léger for the Association for Canadian Studies, support for the law went down between last September and January this year. Still, 55% of Quebecers say they are in favor of Bill 21, compared to a previous 64%.
We shouldn't only think of the so-called pure Quebecers, but also of the immigrant community that settled here.
Personally, I think it's good for inclusion of all minorities. We don't want religion to take precedence over the social aspect.
We still need to see if it's a good law. That'll depend on how it's applied, and above all, tolerance.
Two opposing views to Bill 21 in Canadian society, its collective rights against individual freedoms.
What brings citizens together in a civil democracy are the rights and civil duties first and foremost. And secondly, religious rights. For me, it's the foundation of the argument for secularism in Quebec.
Language is a factor. 59% of Francophones surveyed were in favor of the law compared to 26% of Anglophones.
On top of this linguistic difference, there is a religious difference that risks significant political consequences. This debate is cultural, legal, constitutional and philosophical in equal parts. It strikes four sensitive chords at the same time.
sensibles qui sont touchés en même temps.
The bill is set to be discussed before Quebec's Court of Appeal in the spring, but it will likely end up in the Supreme Court of Canada.